What's your name?
Time's up.
Time's up, yes. We've got 7 minutes, 7 days, 7 minutes or something, right?
You did a very, very great job, let me say that. And what was your greatest challenge maybe in this movie, because you're playing a terrorist?
Yeah, I mean, it was a challenge because it was fun. The main thing is it was fun and exciting because it was a challenge. And because it made me think, and because, you know, I felt I had a chance to get some sort of authenticity to this character. I think particularly because Daniel is playing Böse, and then we were able to play those scenes in German, and I felt that she got a layer of authenticity apart from the obvious fact that it was inauthentic in that I'm not German, but hopefully people will overlook that. But, you know, in a way, here's a historical figure about whom very little is written. You know, there's very, very little information on Brigitte Kuhlmann. There's not a lot of, there's the accounts from the hostages, but very little was known about her before, because, you know, the RZ kept themselves pretty underground, and she was not particularly even a central member at that point. So she became known as she died, really. Mm. And her parents never really spoke out about, you know, rehabilitating her image or trying to say who she was or anything. So it was a kind of quite a blank canvas in a way.
Mm. But if you look in this movie in the original language, then people would say, because you look like German, because you're doing it so well, you're German, except of 2 or 3 lines is perfect, okay, with a perfect German accent. So how hard was it learning German and speaking it in the movie?
Well, it was, I mean, I just put my sort of heart and soul into it, really, trying to learn it as I might try and do an American accent or something. I mean, you know, I can never fully understand whether it's 100% successful. I just had to do my best, and thank goodness for Daniel, who was very, very open to the idea of it, of me even trying. I mean, it seemed like a crazy thing. I didn't speak the language, and then trying to eliminate an accent as well, it was very hard. So thank you. If it was even partially successful, that's perfect, very good.
Perfect.
That's very good.
Perfect. In most of the scenes, it's perfect. So okay. Do you remember some lines in German?
Not many. Some of them. Du warst nie ein besonders guter Buchhändler, Boni. I remember that one. Yeah. And I remember Ruh dich aus, which, when he's going to sleep, schlaf ein bisschen. Some nice things, some sort of tender moments as well.
It sounds so great when you're talking.
Whether the accent has survived a year and a half, I don't know, but it was, yeah, it was bleib ruhig, yeah. I remember that.
But are you able maybe to understand now what some people say? Maybe
yeah, I do understand quite a bit. I mean, yeah, it made sense to me. It's a language I would like to learn properly, you know.
And you know what the people are talking behind your back when they don't expect it, you know?
Yeah,
because
right.
Dennis Quaid told me that he has to learn German during the shooting of Enemy Mine a little bit,
okay,
in the 80s in Munich, and he told me he has learned German so well that he can hear what the people talking behind his back when he's back in Germany for doing some interviews, because
you can tune back into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a strange way to learn a language, because obviously suddenly, instead of learning the basic things, I was learning very complicated ideas, trying to put across. Yeah.
And what was the greatest challenge doing this shooting? Was it the language, or maybe some physical things?
I think it was trying to keep this, you know, we had this amazing production value of all the hostages who were with us for 7-8 weeks. And they wanted to, you know, have selfies and be friends. And I had to keep them far away, because if I felt a bit like Brigitte, that, you know, I had to keep that image of being, because if they got to know me, then I wouldn't be able to play the scenes. You know, if they got to know me really. Mm. So, but then there was a point where some of the children were actually scared of me. So then I had to kind of show them who I really was, because it's a fine line. You know, you have to kind of keep up some of the distance. You know, my relationships were with the Palestinians and with Böse, but yeah, so she's not a happy person to live inside. You know, you needed to do a kind of love story after that or something. You know, she's a kind of conflicted, angry person, I think.